Yo, guys, I hope you're well. So, guys, today's a good day. Our man Tommy Robinson has been freed, released a couple of months early from jail, and he's dropped a few comments on the day of his release. So, we're going to check this out. And yeah, I'm afraid to say that the quality of the images aren't so great, so bear with us. And let's check out what Tommy Robinson's got to say on this auspicious day.
That's good.
Yeah, we're live on X. If you come here, Tom.
So I look taller.
Oh my God, you look great. What's this?
So first of all, Tommy still has his sense of humour. Did you hear that? He said, "Do I look taller?" So you've got Tommy Robinson here, new image, as you say, hasn't cut his hair for a while, hasn't cut the old facial hair for a while, as happens once you're in prison from time to time. But the guy who's speaking to Tommy, I'm not sure who he is. He's someone from X. Is that X TV, X Radio? I'm not sure. But he almost sounds like he knows. Oh, look at that. He sounds like he knows Tommy. And I recognize this face as well. I've seen this guy on a few YouTube videos from way back in the days. And I'm certain that anyone and everyone who watches YouTube will know this person, this gentleman, and his channel. He has done quite a lot to raise the awareness and the plight of Tommy Robinson. So I'll just leave it at that. But yeah, let's get cracking.
Yeah, we're live on X. If you come here, Tom.
So I look taller.
Oh my God, you look great. What's this? What is this great hairstyle you've now got?
I've had short back and sides since year 8.
Excellent stuff. So
But
Tommy, it's so great to see you. You've been incarcerated in this horrible place since October. Can you tell me, first of all, how are you? How are you feeling, boss?
He doesn't sound like a normal news reporter. Could you tell me, how are you? All that kind of stuff. So he sounds more like a mate. So I'm not sure who the person who's interviewing Tommy Robinson is. If you know, please let me know in the comment section. He sounds more like someone who's a mate than someone who's from the MSM, you know, the mainstream media, who don't really care about anything apart from besmirching people's names. But Tommy Robinson still seems to have not totally cracked, thank goodness. He's got his sense of humour. He said he's had a short back and side since year 8. So you see him now with lots of hair here on his dome and on his face. And that's as a result of being locked up for most of his time in, I think it's Woodhall Prison. So, and I think they said since October. So today's a good day. And it looks like Tommy's got a few things to say to the public. So guys, let's listen to our man, Tommy Robinson.
I feel good. Unfortunately, in a country that doesn't believe in free speech, being a citizen journalist, this place is an occupational hazard.
So Tommy has addressed the elephant in the room from the get-go. We live in a country that doesn't really believe in free speech. We live in a country that says it's democratic, that it cares for the people, that its leaders serve the people. But I keep telling everyone, this is a topsy-turvy world. So whatever they tell you, it's literally the opposite. So it's almost like things are being inverted, vice versa, if you know what I'm saying. But yeah, it's not great, is it?
Being a citizen journalist, this place is an occupational hazard. It's ridiculous. I've never been convicted by a jury. Every one of my convictions have been handed down to me by judges.
So Tommy's just said he's never been convicted by a jury. Every one of his convictions have been handed down by judges. So we live in a country where our judicial system has been built on being judged and tried by 12 good men and true. So whether you want to say men, women, whatever, doesn't matter. We know what it means. But that trial by jury really does bear one of the real hallmarks of our democracy and of our society as well. So if something happens, you want your innocence to be proven or not, as the case may be, by 12 good people and true, not by a judge who is appointed by the state, by the whatever. So that is a really important thing Tommy just said. It really is important. So he's saying that all his convictions, all his trials, this, that, and everything else has been done almost on a one-on-one basis. So they've picked themselves judge, no jury. So is that fair? I don't know. Let me know in the comment section.
The lucky thing with this, everyone got to see the film. I have to say thank you to Elon Musk, because without X, if we didn't have X, everyone would just think I lied. No one.
Oh, that is fantastic. So I get it now. Sorry, when I heard the word X, I was thinking of XFM, X radio or something. So the person who's interviewing him from X, is that from X, which was formerly known as Twitter? I get it now. I haven't been on X. I haven't been on Twitter for many, many long years. So I'm not connected with that. So whoever interviewed him, thank you so much. But what Tommy's saying is that without the intervention of people like Elon Musk, where would he be? Where would we be as well? So it is a big thank you to Elon Musk, because Elon Musk has been raising the awareness around the world about the lack of free speech here in Great Britain. Great Britain, and Keir Starmer keeps holding up this virtuous thing. Oh, he's in favor of free speech. We've had free speech for hundreds of years, blah, blah, blah. We have it in name only. We don't have free speech in its actual full parts, because certain people can say one thing and get away with it, and certain people can say the same thing and they'll be hit like a ton of bricks. So in my opinion, I don't think we have the free speech that we're led to believe. We have to be very careful on what we say, because if we say the wrong thing or upset the wrong person, we could end up behind bars before you could even click your fingers. Really shocking.
If we didn't have X, everyone would just think I lied. No one would have got any other narrative. Fortunately, I think, 167 million people saw the truth. So that gagging order, these attempts at censorship, to silence, to cancel people, it hasn't worked. You've attempted to lock up the truth, and that truth has been echoed around the entire globe. It couldn't have been any more successful. I knew exactly what I was doing when I released that film. I knew I'd end up in there, and I also knew they'd give them every opportunity to pull every trick they wanted to. Since the start of
So what Tommy's saying is he knew what he was doing when he defied the government, the courts, the laws, blah, 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 when he put the film up. And what he's saying is that they have scored a massive own goal because of the publicity has absolutely put his video, his film far and wide. Yes, he's paid a heavy penalty for that, but there's a lot more awareness of what is going on with the grooming gangs and all the other bits and pieces that are related, and worse. I keep saying grooming gangs, but you know there's a lot worse here with the PDFs and all the essays and everything else that's going on. I can't say what I really want to say here on YT or anything else because, yeah, there will be a backlash, and that backlash will come fast. But what Tommy Robinson is saying is, and this is the feeling I'm getting, is it's been worth losing his liberty to raise the awareness, to ring the alarm. He's one of the few people to put his head up above the parapets and ring the alarm, and for people to take aim at him. And he knew that was coming, but he thought that what he had to say was absolutely worth losing his liberty to actually make certain the world knew what was going on.
my activism in 2009, police raids, court cases, I actually thought when I walked out of here this time, it would be the first time since 2009 that I haven't been awaiting trial or prison. And bang, I'm awaiting trial and prison on multiple cases again now.
So what Tommy is saying is he's been harassed, continuously harassed, and he has been harassed since 2009, 2010. And he said that he thought that he'd be able to get out of prison now and have nothing hanging over him. But now there's other cases. I think, is it Westminster Magistrates Court next week, hanging over him for some kind of harassment or something from two other individuals who I think from the press, I don't know. So it just never stops. Once you get on these people's radar, they will never let you go. They're like a Rottweiler. They'll bite down with their jaw and they will never let you go.
Trial or prison, and bang, I'm awaiting trial and prison on multiple cases again now. But I've watched from the start of my activism. First of all, I saw Geert Wilders. Geert Wilders was targeted with hate speech laws and prosecutions. I've looked in America. This is the playbook that's played out across the entire globe. If we look in America, look what they've done to Steve Bannon. Look what they've done to Alex Jones, £1 billion. Donald Trump would face the rest of his life in prison if he did not win that election. Look now recently with Marie Le Pen. They've stopped her standing. Look at Katie Hopkins in our country. They took her home. They took her family home. Lawfare has been waged against anyone who has challenged the globalist narratives.
Lawfare has been waged against anyone who dares to challenge the globalist narrative. Really?
Challenge open border, challenge mass immigration, even challenge vaccines, any of it. They come at you from every angle.
Wow. That was from the heart. And I can't really disagree with anything he said. In a democracy, in a place of free speech, why can't people ask questions? Why can't people challenge the status quo? Why can't people just literally say their opinion? And then if their opinion is wrong, they should prove it by debate. They don't just shackle someone up, gag them, throw them in prison, or bankrupt them, or discredit them forever by any means necessary. Really? Is this the world we wish to live in? Is this a democracy? Is this a place where we call ourselves educated? We call ourselves the most forward-thinking society that's ever lived? Really? Really? We're not even allowed to challenge anything. So if someone says the sky is pink, and you think, well, actually, no, I think the sky is blue, and you say, I think the sky is blue, you could end up in jail. Really? Just for having a different opinion. It's very sad here, because the world we wish to live in is a world where we can ask questions and we can get answers based on facts and based on debate, not based on being harassed, abused, having our economic viability taken away from us, having our freedom taken away from us. Is that the world we wish to live in? Really? I don't think so. So guys, great day. Tommy Robinson's free, but for how long? We don't know, because next week he's back in front of the beak and who knows what's going to happen. But until then, I'm so happy that he's got his stiff upper lip, he's keeping his chin up, and he's keeping a smile on his boat. That's the most important thing. So to look at Tommy now is great, because he physically, he looks about as well as you can expect someone who spent a lot of time in solitary, a lot of time in, well, not certainly just solitary, but a lot of time being locked up behind bars in jail. So I hope that he's well and that he keeps fit, healthy, both physically and emotionally and mentally. He keeps himself well and keeps himself just adjusted or readjusts back into society. But the question we need to ask ourselves is, if we live in a democracy and a real democracy where there's freedom of speech, we really need to change the way that we interact with people who have a differing and different opinion to ourselves. Because by locking someone up, accusing them of this, that, and everything else isn't the way to go. Threats and bits and pieces like that are not right. Sit down in front of your person you have a difference with and debate and get to a conclusion. Don't just jump on someone and put them in handcuffs and threaten them for the rest of their lives. It's not right. It's not on. And it shouldn't happen. So guys, make certain you look after yourselves, you look after each other, and I will see you at the next one.